Hi guys, thought I'd do a review, not review. I've just come back from TF Nation over in Birmingham. So got back, what day is it today? Tuesday. Got back on Sunday, late Sunday. So if people don't know, TF Nation is a Transformers convention that takes place in Birmingham in the UK. It's normally in August. Normally same time in the year, sort of give or take a week anyway. I went up with my best friend Paul Goodenough. I don't know, I should share any pictures or anything. Anyway, they're all on Facebook and things. Anyway, I thought I'd break this into two, do two videos. One to go through what we did up there, and another one to show you all the toys and bit of stuff that I bought up there, which is behind me here. So do a separate video on that and another review on a few other bits and pieces as well. So first of all, obviously we set off about midday or something, I think it was, on the Friday. So we drove up sort of from Trowbridge in Wiltshire, which is probably a couple of hours away, sort of give or take. The drive down was horrendous. We got stuck in loads of traffic. It's raining all the way. It's a horrendous journey. We arrived, I think, about 5:30, something like that. We missed a couple of panels which we would have liked to have seen. So we missed Simon Furman's panel, which is talking about To the Death, which would have been a really good one to go and watch. The flip side of it is that we did actually get to chat to Simon in depth a little bit later on. Paul's working with Simon Furman on, well, he has been working for a great deal of time on a project called the Chimerian. Now, this is hopefully at a stage now where it's going to be kind of developed and put into a series. So Paul's writing that with Simon's help as well. So we're just kind of going through, it's really good, we're just chatting through a load of ideas. We didn't realise until we got there that our rooms were exec rooms or something. So that means there's like a room on the 5th floor where you can get free drinks between, I think it's 6 and 8 p.m. Drinks and food's all free. So obviously we went up there for about 7 o'clock, something like that. Stayed a couple of hours, had a few drinks. We were just chatting ideas, Transformers. Well, not really Transformers, but just loads of creative ideas around this project. So that was really good fun. And Simon, as always, is always, very nice to talk to, very easy to get along with. Who else do we see there? We saw Chris from Transformers and Such, the Facebook group, his wife Natalie as well. I saw Dave, Toy Hunter, who I got a few mini-cons for. So I saw him, his mate Tom as well, this guy called Lucas, I can't remember his surname, but he had a stall there for all these custom t-shirts that he started doing. So they seem very popular. So I got to meet him on the Friday night as well. And then kind of after that, it was just kind of, we did have a good time in that sort of lounge area. We were up there for a few hours, messing about, having a bit of a laugh. And then we went down to the main bar area where the drinks are a bit more expensive. We had a few drinks down there. We met with Nathan Webb as well. So Nathan was there last year and we got on really well with him. He does the Britformers comics. That's one of the main things that he does. So got chatting with him. Paul had helped him with some writing on that, and as a thank you present, he'd got him this custom G.I. Joe figure, which is really great. And he also brought me some Transformers Collectors Club, Transformers trading card game cards. Unfortunately, because we were drinking quite heavily that night, and we got Nathan absolutely off his face. Thankfully, he did get up okay in the morning, but the box got mislaid somewhere while we were drinking that night, and we don't know where it went. So if anyone saw it, it was addressed to Nathan, so addressed to Nathan Webb, and inside it was a custom GI Joe and the card. The cards I'm not too worried about. I'm more worried about Paul's figure, but it was a great gesture by Nathan. Unfortunately, got lost somewhere. We did ask, Lost Property and everyone else. No one could find it. Who else did we see Friday night? There was a girl with, I can't remember her name, with bluish green hair, and she had this third party Optimus Prime. It was the movie Optimus Prime. It was just like a statue action figure sort of thing. It was quite big, and with that, it was super articulated. It had like magnets to hold everything in place and things like that, and it was a real sort of, you're sort of drawn into that. It was a good sort of conversation start. I always think having figures out on the table for people to sort of play around with, and it sort of gets people talking, groups introduced to each other that wouldn't normally chat. So it's a good sort of icebreaker, I think. So we were chatting to her for a fair bit. She was saying this Transformers toy, I can't remember who it's by, but it's something like 600 quid. And she did a few links on eBay and stuff, and sometimes it can go up to nearly £1,000, which is absolutely crazy. But it did look really good. So I'm just having a quick cup of tea. I hope you don't mind. Who else did we bump into? I know we spoke to Theo and Dave Mentz, but I can't remember if that was Friday or Saturday. Anyway, on the Friday night, there's a salsa thing there, which is a whole other thing. Last year we sort of snuck in for a little bit. We did it again this year. Well, me and Nathan did it this year, whereas I think Paul had done it last year. So we snuck into that. Well, actually, the guy actually showed us around. We found some of their T-shirts from the organisers, and he showed us around. He was telling us about what goes on there, the whole setup, the whole how you can join and be part of it. So it was really informative, and then it just sort of left us there to get on with it, really. We ended up, because we didn't have the proper wristbands or anything, we ended up getting chucked out, I think, Nathan first, and then they came back for me and Paul a little bit later. I'm wondering if that's where the parcel got left, possibly. Could well be, but I'm not sure. So yeah, we had a fair few beers in the exec lounge, and quite a few vodkas and double vodka and cokes in the main bar. I think we got to bed something like 2. I think Paul went back down again, so he came back 3-4 o'clock, something like that. And then off to bed. And then Saturday I got quite late, about 9:30, something like that. So I went straight down to breakfast. Breakfast I think finishes about 10. So got in there just in time. Paul still wasn't up, so I had his breakfast for him. I had a couple of sausages with bacon, scrambled eggs, mushrooms, beans, all that sort of stuff, and some fruit juice. Got into the hall probably 10:15, something like that, and it was absolutely rammed. You could not move. You couldn't. First sort of 45 minutes, I couldn't get near to any of the tables. You could see roughly what was going on, but sometimes it was like 2-3 people deep. It was insane. There's a whole area around by in-demand toys and all the cool stuff, and where you then go around to the Space Bridge, and you just couldn't get around that way. The hall was a little bit bigger this year because they put the panels in the other rooms, which meant the Forge guys actually came into the main room, which was great for them. I think it gave them a lot more exposure, a lot more traffic going past them. But it was a bit noisier for them as well. I'm trying to think what else we did. So I won't go through the stuff that I picked up. I picked up a fair few bits and pieces. Unfortunately, I missed out on the Rainmaker set. I think In Demand Toys had them, but they went pretty quick. They did also have the Galactic Man, the Black Shockwave, and Red Alert and Springer, but I'd had those on pre-order anyway, so there's no point me picking those up. Or I did pick up the, going into it now, the Micromaster set, so I did get that as well. What else did we do Saturday? Let me just check. So I've written down a load of stuff because I thought there's no way I'm going to remember everything. Oh yeah, they had the Ghostbusters MP Prime thing as well. I went to one of the panels. I went to see the one with Greg Berger, who's the voice for Grimlock, so that was really interesting. Really sort of positive guy. And he's done loads of different voices for different things. I hadn't realised that, he was in with, doing all the Garfield stuff and things like that. It was really interesting. What was it? Oh yeah, I just put on here that Nick from Space Bridge, he had these Transformers birthday cards. They're £1 each, like the proper old school ones. I've got to pick them up, they're only £1 each. There's just little things that you remember as you sort of go through and have a look at stuff. I mentioned I picked up the Brit Formless pieces from Nathan. They're really good. I'll show you those in the next video as well. There's quite a few He-Man stuff as well, and that was mostly from Dave's Corner, I think is the name of the trader as well. So once we got all the toys and things out of the way, we went, the three of us, so minus Simon this time, with Nathan this time, we went back into the exec lounge, had a few drinks in there again, before then going back downstairs. But yeah, I think Friday night we had a good chat with Nick Roche. We saw James Roberts very briefly. Saturday as well, Dave Short had a really good panel as well, and this was around the group that he set up to help around mental health. So that was really, really brave of them to go up and speak about it. I'll see if I can find the link to the group as well. It's really good, and I spoke to him a little bit later on. He's a lovely guy, great to talk to. The first time I met him was at Roll Like Roll Call, where he did a great presentation and talk on Admiral Akbar, because he collects them, and he did a great talk about that. It was really funny. And of course you kind of get that idea when he got up and did this presentation that he's really confident and everything else, but like everyone, they've got all this stuff going on in their lives, so it was really insightful, and it's really good. I spoke to Dave Mentz, because I got him a GT Optimus, so he sort of said thank you about that. Ben's Collectibles was there. I only spoke to him very briefly, because he's on his feet, but he's hobbling about still, and he had a drink and everything else, so it was a bit awkward. And he was a trader as well there, so he's always very busy whenever I went past. So I presume things went well. Another new one was Leicester Vintage Toy Shop. They also had a stall there as well, so that's the first time they've been there. Of course, I subscribe to the channel and watch their videos. I've been to their store as well once as well, which is good. Kapow had a load of Flame toy sets for sale, and also Flame toys were there, and they had a whole load of them on display. And I have to say, they are pretty impressive. I was very tempted to pick up some, but they went, so presumably they sold out. So that's good. There was also a stall selling some Beast Wars cells. So these were from the sort of Japanese cartoon. Unfortunately, I think they didn't sell too well. I was tempted to pick some up, and I never sort of got round to it. I kind of feel a bit guilty about it now. But we'll hopefully look to contact them and pick up a few, see if they do have those. What else we say? Nick also organised the photos. I meant to get one of those done as well. I need to do that next year. So all these things, I need to just going to write a list next time and just go out and do these things, I think, and just tick them off. I need to do more of the panels. I did do more of the panels this year, but not quite as many. So I mentioned Saturday, more drinking in the bar, chatting to people. We had quite a few of the salsa people over, so we were chatting to them. I had some Transformers, I had some Micromasters and bits and pieces, and some Block Bots we sat up by the bar, and we were talking to some people, and they were sort of messing around with the Transformers. We were chatting, which is really cool. We didn't go back into the salsa bit, but I think Paul went in sometime later. So again, it was quite another bit of a late night, really, drinking. I would quite like perhaps next time to go out dancing somewhere, not the salsa place. Sunday again, got up late. We had breakfast. Again, didn't get up in time. In Demand Toys, they were doing a sale on certain items. They're getting it's 2 for 3 or buy 2 get 1 free, which is really good. Picked up quite a few animated toys, which is something I've started to get into off the back of a job lot that I picked up not long ago. And I just think they're quite quirky, a little bit different from some of the other stuff that you normally see. What else do we do? Just looking through here. There's a really good talk panel by Paul from the Space. I think it's Paul Hitchens from the Space Bridge, and he did this great talk. It was around the history of Transformers, but not only that, it was around toy collecting, prototypes, all this stuff that you wouldn't know about, and it's great. I mean, a lot of this you couldn't take any pictures or video or anything because there's a lot of stuff there that just isn't out on the internet. That you can't. Yet there aren't any pictures of them anywhere in terms of stuff that was never released or things that only got to kind of idea stage. It's really interesting. Let's see what else was out. And we didn't stay right to the end. I think by about 2 o'clock we were all pretty knackered. The hall is quieting down by then. We were just sort of walking around really. I had a nice chat with Dave Tree from All the Cool Stuff. A few of the other vendors as well seemed to have a good weekend. Said goodbye to a few people and then just made off really. I spoke to Matt, who lives just down the road from us. He lives over in Chippenham. He was staying with someone that has done a few music videos and things like that, which was sort of, I think they're Transformer related. She was at the bar and listened to one of those, and that was quite cool. I'm trying to think of everyone else I spoke to. There's a group of lads that I spoke to, and I see them every year, and the name just dropped up my head. But John and I did see Knowlesy there as well. But it's the other guys I can't remember. They're all 3 of them together. It's gone out of my head. I'll remember it as soon as I finish on this. Who else do we see there? I think that's everyone. Then we just head back, get everything packed up. Of course, now the thing is everyone's doing their haul videos and everything else like that. So that's it for now, guys. Really enjoyed it again. Obviously looking forward to next year. I think I'm going to start making a list of things that I want to do, panels that I want to see, things that I need to do, and just tick them off. Otherwise I'll just spend too much time and money in the trading room and spend potentially money on stuff that I don't quite need. But enjoyed it nevertheless. Great fun, great people. Looking forward to it again next year. Cheers, guys.